I met Nancy Isime. Actually, I interviewed her and I did it twice on the same day because the first one wasn't clear. And the struggle was in getting her to do the second one that it even led to me crying. But you need to hear the footage first, so stay with me. Hi, lovelies. Tokyo Ruth here. I would love for you to do me the honors of subscribing to my channel as I dive into today's video. Now, if you know me, which you probably do not, you will know that I'm a big fan of Nancy Isime. I love her work. I've been following her for the longest time, right? And she's one of the people I look up to in the media industry. Now, getting to interview her was huge for me. Like, it was big. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. This happened on the 1st of April 2023. It's been over a year, and I've really never talked about it, never posted the interview. In fact, I have never watched the interview myself. Yes, the interview I took with Nancy Isime, I've never watched it. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what I said in that video. But then I'm ready to talk about it now and to also put the video out there, which means I also need to watch it, edit before I put it, right? So yes. So on the 1st of April 2023, I attended a JCI event at Lagos as a volunteer. One thing about JCI members is that they are active volunteers. We are active volunteers, right? And I was part of the protocol unit. And when I learned that Nancy Isime would be the host of the event, I was super duper excited because I get to meet her. And one thing about me is the fact that if I'm going to an event and there's going to be some figures, some public figures around, I'm already planning how I want to interview them, get them to say one or two in my microphone and capture it on camera. So when I knew Nancy Isime was coming, I already started making plans. In fact, I already started dreaming about it. I was already playing it in my head, how it's going to go, what I'm going to say. I mean, I was kind of like just imagining it how it would be, right? And that was how the day of the event came. And then I spoke to one of the program coordinator, and she was like, the way she sounded was like, I'm not sure you'll be able to do it because I mean, this lady, this and that, because she was there with her manager. So I think by the time they went to meet her in a hotel, I think she wasn't really available, or she was just being really professional. So they felt like it would be hard for me to get through to her, for anybody to get through to her. And if you follow Nancy Isime, you will know that it's very obvious that she's a disciplinarian, that she's a strict person, right? But I didn't know how it was or how it could be until that day. So when I saw Nancy Isime coming to the event, I was starstruck. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, oh my god. And she's so taller than me. And I'm like, I felt so small. I'm actually small, right? I'm just 5'7". And she's tall, she was in heels, she still had her body. I was like, oh my god. And then she passed me, and I was like, okay. At that point, I was really thinking of how I'm going to be able to make the video because obviously I already got an information that sounded discouraging and I wasn't really sure, but I knew I must do it. So my first opportunity to speak with her came when I was asked to go to the stage, behind the stage actually, to relay some information to the host and the event coordinator at the front, right? And when I got there, I told them, oh, they said I should tell you this. And then I saw her and I was like, hi, Nancy, I'm a huge fan. Please, if you do not mind, I would like to have a short interview with you. Just a short video where I ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. Just maybe a minute or two, that's all. And she was like, oh yeah, sure, okay. When I'm done, I'm still working. That's how her face was. Like very straight. She was like, I mean, it was straight, but it wasn't really like, mean, right? I was like, okay. The one thing about events is that there's always a point where maybe some things that are not so serious are happening. And I walked up to her and I was like, oh, please, I want to remind you. And then she was like, yeah, I did not forget after the event. I'm still working when I'm done working. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, thank you. I don't know, I think that was the second time or the last time. But I know that there was a point I went up to her when the event had ended, but they had not given votes of things yet. Right. And I went to her and I was like, yeah. And she was like, I am still working. By the time I'm done, I say bye bye, then we can do it. And at that point in time, I got to know something very serious about Nancy, is the fact that if she's working, she's working. No distraction. I mean, it's not for celebrities to get the whole, farmzine that comes with them being a celeb, right? She's going to smile on stage quite alright, but she's off that stage. There's this persona that she has on that even you would know that okay, you probably don't want to talk to her at that point in time, probably she's till she's done, right? And I think at that point in time I knew okay, our work ethic is fire, and that was worth emulating for me. And I was amazed. I mean, I was paying attention because this is somebody that I actually do admire. So the event finally ended, and I was not inside it all by the time it ended. I mean, I told you I was a volunteer, so I was working around trying to do some things, get some things together for the guests that came around. That's the speaker, the guest speakers. And while in the room, that's the room where, should I say they call it the VIP room, where the guest speakers and the host and everybody were. I was there trying to like sort out some things, and then she just came to me and was like, "Yeah, I've been looking for you. Where have you been? Let's make the video." Okay, that was the number two thing I noticed about her. Like, she remembered that I came to her to tell her that I went to the video, and she was looking out for me. Guy, that was exciting. It was really exciting. Like, you were looking out for me. Even if I was not ready at that point in time, because it was like I didn't see her coming at that point. I was trying to meet up with her, but at the same time I was also a little bit busy. So I was trying so that I wouldn't lose her. But then she coming to me, I was not ready to make that video at that point in time. So I was like looking for the nearest person to like help me make the video. Right. And by the time she got there, I could not explain to her like, oh my god. So I just like met somebody, okay, please help me, trying to connect my microphone because I had my microphone in my pocket, trying to connect it and everything. And then the first scolding came. I mean, scolding with love, actually. I'll just say correction, but yeah, scolding with love, yeah. And then she was like, "You were not ready. You should be ready. One thing about opportunities is the fact that you need to be ready." Now, what if I just left? What if I don't have time? What if I don't? I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And I gave one lady to make the video for me. And guys, I made a video with all the excitement in my face, all the excitement I had left because I was stressed out from that day. I had contested in one of the things they did on that day, and I did not win. So that was a little bit sad for me. I felt down. I almost cried, but I had to like just shake it off and just keep on going because an acquaintance of mine had won something else. One of the business grants. They did the business grant at that event, and he had won a business grant. I think it was about 500,000 euro or something. And I was the one who shared the link to him, right? And he followed through with the process and everything. So I was really excited for him. So his joy was what I was counting on, to just do other things. So I was really exhausted, but yeah, I made the video and I was smiling. It was God. It was amazing, right? It was amazing till I checked the video and I realized that the video was blurry. I didn't know what to do, guys. Then before I knew it, I started crying. And there was this lady around her that I would assume was a manager. And she was like making reaching Nancy very difficult. I mean, I don't blame her, it's her job, obviously. She had bodyguards around also, but the bodyguards were in it, right? Also, when you were like, since they knew I was part of the volunteers and, part of the workers. And she was making reaching Nancy very difficult, very difficult. I didn't know what to do. I just started crying. God, my eyes were red. And then one of the side past person was trying to like cheer me up and like, okay, let's meet her for another one. The manager was like, no, no, like no, giving strict face, like, guys, I cried. Then this sweet lady just came around and someone was like, why are you crying? And I'm like, the video I made with Nancy, it's not clear. It's not clear. And then let's go and meet her. I think the tears was actually it was coming before the Nancy Isime thing, but that Nancy Isime video not being clear was the trigger, and I just like busted out because I know by default I'm not one to like I try to comport myself whenever I'm in public, especially when I'm around people, and then yes, when I'm going around celeb, I'm always like comporting myself. I'm really not one of those that is like no, it's not out of disrespect or dishonor, but I'm not one of those that I'll see a celeb and be like, yeah, oh my god, I said I'm in a concert, but like along the way, I'm like, oh my god, I can't. No, I mean, I'm trying to be like them. So I have to prepare. So like, I try to like the poise, the elegance has to be on check, right? So that tears was like unlike me. I mean, the few times I saw celebrities and I was like, oh my god, it was because everybody were doing it, even my cousins, and I didn't want to feel left out. So like, oh, but in my mind, it was like really awkward. Like, this is awkward. So the lady came to me. I was like, okay, let's go and meet. And she went to meet Nancy. I don't know how this lady did it, but at that point in time, I learned that see, if you want something, you need to be bold enough to go for it, regardless. Even if you get a no, the worst you can get is a no, but just try. She came to like Nancy, and Nancy someone was like, why are you crying? Why is your eyes red? And the lady was like, the video she made with you was not clear. She's your fan. She loves you so much. You wanted a video, this kind of thing. I was just there subbing, and then there came the next scolding, which I'll show you the picture of her scolding me and my eyes being all teary. It was like this small child and this big adult. You just see the picture yourself. Like, can you see how I look? My eyes were red. And then she was like advising me that, one thing about opportunities is that you have to be prepared for it no matter what. Like, I could choose to just go so that you will learn your lesson, not to miss opportunities like this. But, let's just do the video said a few things like, let's just do the video. And when we tried to do the video, my eyes were red in the next video. I mean, it was a little bit better, but my eyes were red, guys. I think that was one of the reasons why I've not been able to bring myself to watch the video all this time. Because I mean, I was crying. I was trying to like, I didn't really have enough time to clean my eye. I was just like cleaning my hand with my eyes with my handkerchief that was with me at that point in time. But my eyes were still red while making that video. And I had to look at the camera, while recording. I would actually make the video, I would edit the video and probably put it out after this content, and you will see what I'm talking about. But then we finally made the video, and then yeah, she hugged me, and immediately she was gone in no time. And I was just trying to like just get myself together. But yeah, I was excited because I finally got to meet Nancy Isime. God, like I look forward to working with her in many ways in the future, in the nearest future. So let's just say that my encounter with Nancy Isime, even if I cried, I mean, I don't know if I should say she made me cry, but I cried. It's actually made me love her more. It just made me admire her more. It made me, it made me. I was just wowed. I was wowed by everything. Her persona, her personality, the aura she was walking with. Like I was wowed. That's it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to share my encounter or my experience with Nancy Isime, a woman in whom I am a woman in whom a woman a woman that I admire and love actually, guys. And it was really amazing seeing her. I look forward to seeing her. Like I said earlier, I look forward to working with her in the nearest future, and that is actually going to happen. So you guys should actually look out for a Talking Ruth and Nancy Isime combo. Will come in. Will come in soon. See you in my next video, guys. Mwah. Bye.